Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today is a very important day. I'm divorced. I'm divorced as of today, and I get my maiden name back. Why I'm happy about this is that the marriage, I met this man like the week before Halloween. We married that January. Yeah, I know it's quick. We moved in within a month of meeting each other. But he treated me in such a way that was so awesome. He treated me like a queen. Then when we got married, now mind you, we lived together for a little over a month. But right after we got married, he took every paycheck of mine. Well, it started out slow. He would take he would take a little bit. He would say, I need help with the rent. And I felt obligated. Well, I felt it only right that I give him half of the rent. And then it got where he would say, I need more money. Now, he made $118,000 a year. As time went on, I started realizing that I made over $2,000 a month when we met. And then he started taking my check and eventually became a whole check. And he would get $62,000 vehicles. He would get Yeti items. He would get 3 or 4 pairs of shoes at one time. He would buy $100 pairs of shoes and never wear them. He had like 4 pair of $100 shoes in his closet he never wore. He went through, when we met, he had a very expensive SUV. And while we were married, he traded that in to a truck, and then he traded that truck in on another truck, and all of them were in the $60,000 mark. He got where he told me I couldn't color my hair. He didn't want me to cut my hair. He would dress me. Well, not literally. Well, I don't know. He got where he would like pick my clothes out. When we'd go shopping, if he went with me, I'll kind of give you the lowdown on that one. But if he went with me and I was picking out clothes, he would choose for me what to buy. Now, he would get expensive clothes and I would shop at Goodwill. There were times where I got lucky and I would get clothes at Sam's Club, or God, I can't think of the name, but we would shop there and it was cheap clothing. He bought me a pair of tennis shoes that were over $100. They were Brooks, and the only reason why he did that is because he was buying himself a pair. And I let it be known that I needed a good pair. And as time went on, if he bought himself something expensive, he would say, oh, well, I need to get you something. I would usually turn it down because I knew we couldn't afford it, especially after him buying something. And now looking back, I regret that. Right before I left him, I got a vehicle, and he told me I need to get this vehicle. I didn't like this vehicle. He said, well, you can afford the payments. A month later, and this is when I was already thinking of leaving him. A month later, he got his second truck, which was $62,000, and he told me, I can't afford these payments, you're going to have to help me. And I'm like, really? And I almost lost my cool. I didn't. I got mad, and I talked to him about it, and I'm like, you take all my money as it is. He would leave me with $20 before he left to work, but he would make sure I had food and gas in my car. Then he would ask me if I needed anything else, and he'd leave me $20 and leave for 5 days. I kind of got off track. Oh, we went to the mall shortly after he got this truck, and he said, Oh, let me back up a little bit. 2 months before Christmas, he got me an Xbox One off of Fingerhut. And after he got the truck, he got me a ring that was $60. It was from like Sears. They were going out of business in that city we were in. Shortly after he got me the ring, we were still in the mall, and he said, well, what a Christmas this is. You got a ring and an Xbox, and I got a brand new truck. And then he looks down at me like, oops. And he said, well, that doesn't equal out, does it? And I kind of looked at him, and I didn't say anything. I just kind of shook my head and just kept walking. Made me so mad. And then when he got that truck and I talked to him, I was telling him, it's not right how you're doing this. It's not right how you're doing me. And he's like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing this to you. I am wrong, and blah, blah, blah. I just let it go. And in my head, I knew I was leaving. I just had to come up with the money. And I couldn't tell him because I had to sneak it. Because if he knew, he would have me watched. He would tell me what I could and could not take. And when I left him, I didn't leave him without anything. I didn't take anything that I had no ties to. What he had before we were married, he kept, which was only right. I didn't leave him without anything. And I even said that in one of my videos, I think, the house come with a washer and dryer. I took the washer and dryer that we had after we married and that I paid for. He had a kitchen table. I took the smallest kitchen table. He had a stove that come with the house. I took the stove that he bought me for my bakery that I was supposed to start. It was things like that. And it filled the back of a pickup truck, and it wasn't full, and a small trailer that I pulled behind the truck, in which there was a bedroom suit that I paid for that I took. So, it was kind of like that. And here recently, we talk off and on, and he kept wanting me back, and I kept saying no, and he'd get angry at me. He would throw temper tantrums and be verbally mean. Here the other day, he said, you know what? We'll never see eye to eye financially on our marriage. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, what I see financially and what you see financially are two different things. If it wasn't financial in our marriage, we'd be perfect. I told him, I'm like, there is more than just financial troubles in our marriage. And he said, you didn't want for anything. He said, I made sure that the utilities were paid. I made sure you had food to eat. I mean, gas in your car, etc., etc. I told him, I'm like, well, yeah, you did that, but there's more to our marriage than that. I said, you're sitting here and you're buying, 3-4 pair of shoes in one day. He buys like bulk Sam's Club underwear packages. He'll buy 3 or 4 of those in one day. And he would have another drawer full of those underwear that are still brand new. Have another full drawer of underwear that he just opened, is using. And he would do that. He would say, oh, it's my OCD. Expensive clothes, his trucks. And I'm like, but I never got anything like that. I said I was lucky to go to Sam's Club and get a pair of pants. Or I would go to Goodwill because you wouldn't hardly give me any money. Anyway, he goes, you'll never understand. I'm like, no, you won't understand. So yeah, it was things like that. That's my marriage. Oh, also, when we were in Florida, I want to throw this in there. We lived on the East Coast, 2 hours above Miami, Florida. I wanted to go to the Gulf Coast a lot, which is only 3 hours. I think it was 3-hour drive. It might have been less. I can't remember. He wouldn't allow me to do that because he said it was just too far away for me to go alone. So I was stuck in our town area every day when he was out, working. He was a truck driver, gone 5 days. But when he was in town, we would go out to eat and see a movie, and that was about it. Or we'd go to see his dad in Melbourne, which is an hour north of where we were staying. Oh, there were so many things I wanted to do, and I couldn't because he had a tight leash on me. Oh, and I had a boob job. And he would go where he told me I couldn't wear low-cut shirts. I mean, like I wouldn't do that anyway. I'm more modest than that. But he's like, if you wear anything showing cleavage, I'd rather be around you when you did. Things like that just annoyed me. I got dresses, and he would say, you're too white, or that doesn't look right, or that. He would always just come up with something, and I thought I looked nice. And now that I'm away from him, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I gave him that control. But a lot of it was because I didn't want him to throw his temper tantrum and holler at me and be verbally mean, mentally mean, or whatever. I just couldn't do it. So now I'm in a place in my life where I'm like, I'm not going to allow that anymore. No man's going to ever control me. Positive only. I'm not going to let any negative in my life. I can't do that, and I'm not going to do that. So guys, take note. Don't let nobody control you. It has to be 50-50 in a relationship. If they give, they have to take also, and vice versa. Don't ever let nobody control you. Be happy. Live your life to the fullest. Life is short. You've got to be happy. If you're not happy, there's something wrong. Remember that. You've got to be happy. And you are the only one that can make yourself happy. Always remember that. If somebody is not making you happy, who will? You. You have control. Don't give anybody that control of your life like that. They'll take your happiness away, and they'll keep doing it as long as you let them do it. Okay, that's my divorce day in my marriage. I don't know how I did that. I'm happy. I'm happy today. So I'm going to end this now. I'm going to do another video soon. I hope you guys are having a great day or night, wherever you're at. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. I love you guys. I'm going to leave you in love, light, and peace. Bye.